Now once they bought a house through a building society, thinking when I paid for it, it would belong to me. But oh, I was wrong, for the more I spent upon it, the farther off from being mine the dwelling seemed to be. When I bought the house, I thought that it would pay to make a few improvements for dearie me today. I put a caretaker in to mind the place for me, and now the house ain't mine at all as far as I can see. Well, of course you can't see far, because when I bought the house, well, like I haven't paid for it, because I got it cheap because they built it when it was damp and it had warped. Well, like when you look out of the front windows, which are really round at the back on account of the warperization, the view is obstructed by trees. Well, of course, they're not exactly trees. They've been split, they're planks, well, as a matter of fact, it's really a bill posting station, but still it's a very nice little place. It's what they call semi-detached. I think we've got the semi part of it, you know. There's like 3 rooms, or 2 rooms. As a matter of fact, there's only 1 room, but we have that partition off with a blanket, and it looks like 2, you know, and there's a nice little garden with a river running at the bottom of the garden, 1 month out of the year. The rest of the time, the garden's at the bottom of the river, do you see? And it's funny how we came to get this house. We were having breakfast one morning, and all of a sudden the wife looked up quick, and she said, "Why pay rent like that quick?" Well, I looked up quick too, and I said, "My dear, we don't." She said, "You reckon up and see how much rent one pays in a lifetime," and I did, and upon my word, it's marvellous. We could have built a mansion. Not with the rent we paid, you know, but with the rent that we ought to have paid, you see. So I said, "I've seen a nice little house, but there's one thing we want, and that is money." So she said, "Read this." And she gave me a bit of paper, what we'd had the butter wrapped up in, and on this piece of paper I read, "Money advanced without security." So I went to the gentleman's house and went into his office. As soon as he saw me, he shut the desk up quick. I said, "I've come to borrow £300, like that. I thought I'd get it over soon, you know. So he said, "Can you give me any references?" And I gave him the names of about 40 people who I'd borrowed money off of before. Then he said to me, he said, "In lending you this £300, I deduct 150 as security on the compound of the bonum of the instrument." Well, I don't quite understand what he meant, but still, it was a business transaction. And then he gave me £4.10. Well, he didn't give me the money, but he gave me what he called a note of hand. And he said that if I could get the documents that he'd got through the landlord, through him, through me, he would advance the remainder of the money through him, through me. Well, I don't quite understand, but still, of course, you know, I'm on a stock exchange, you know, myself, on the roof, putting plates on. No, I forgot to tell you, all this happened 3 months ago. And now this morning, I've got a summons for the interest on the 150 that I never had. I put a caretaker in. He won't come out. The landlord summons me for putting a man in possession. I can't get in the house at all, and what I want to know is, am I the landlord or am I not? Sometimes I think I am, then I think I'm not. The building society, they want to claim the spot, and my landlord, he wants to have the lot. What I want to know before I'm off me dot is, who does the house belong to?